Good evening, Mr. Brent. Another night. My boy is back. Raj, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on, brother? I'm so happy to be back. Had a little technical difficulties for a couple of weeks, but I'm on point now.
Oh,
We good to go.
It's good to have you back, bro. Good to have you back. But you know what? We may have a slight problem tonight, man. Our guest, she's now over a multi-million-dollar business, and she's in a meeting right now. So we may have to reschedule our guest, partner.
That's okay, because when you dealing with that much money, not counting the employees and all the other stuff that go with that, you working pretty much 24/7, and I understand where she's coming from, and it's not a problem. When she has a break in her schedule, it'd be more than an honor to have her back, and we'll patiently wait.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, man, what you been up to, though, bro? What's been happening?
Man, I ain't been doing nothing, just sitting up there keeping track of the grandson. I sent you his video, and my other grandson, he working all over the place, and just going to the gym, trying to take care of myself. I sweating my tech stuff, but now that's all squared away. I feel so happy. I had to kick out. You got to kick out a couple thousand, but I got to square it away though. That was the problem. I was trying to avoid not spending money. Everybody that's out there that's listening, if your computer gone bad, just buy another one.
Just buy another one.
Just buy another one. I tried to get my computer fixed by 3 different people. They couldn't get it done, and it wasn't that. Just buy another one. Don't be a tightwad like myself, especially if you had the money. I had the money, but I didn't want to spell it. So let me grandfather say, you can't take it with you anyway. So hey,
I'm gonna tell you what my mother said today, man. My mother said he cheap, isn't he?
Yeah. Mama know me. Mama know me. She know me. He is cheap. She know me.
Hey, but you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you, man. Deja had the same problem with her camera, and she fixed it, man. So maybe you should have called Deja, bro.
Guys, I need an upgrade. And I got a good deal. They gave me all type of military breaks and all that other stuff. And I don't really use my computer a whole lot, just to pay bills and to do the show. I'm not really living on Facebook like some people. I do put some things on there, but I do that on my phone.
Yeah.
I really, most time my computer is just like my computer that went bad. Everybody was tripping because it looked brand new because I take care of it.
Yeah.
Now my grandson computer, he used his because he's doing the production things. He's in DC, he's in Baltimore with the 2 production companies and all that other stuff he got going on. So he does a lot more with his computer than I do with mine.
Yeah.
Just like with my phone. I spend more, like the people I call, you and a couple other folks, that's pretty much it. Half the time the phone's sitting in my car or in my gym bag.
So, bro, here's a serious question for you, right? What's your take on the midshipman that was found dead?
Oh my God! Man, it just hurt me to my heart when it's anybody found dead like that. Midshipman, soldier, Navy guy, Marine, Air Force, civilian, it don't matter. And be so young. I mean, their life was stolen from them, man. You 20-some years old?
Yeah.
People forget when they look at the midshipmen, those guys are kids.
That's right.
You hit the Naval Academy at 18, you graduate at 22, they're still kids. And to have your life taken from you, it's like that stuff going on at Fort Hood. It's just crazy. And don't nobody know this. Nobody knows something. Somebody knows something.
Yeah.
But now if I say this, I had a sergeant major say it, the domino effect getting ready to happen. Because when you push that one domino over, it falls. Okay, Roger was involved. Now you come talk to Roger, you find out Army was involved. Eventually you're gonna find out what happened. Because the domino was starting to fall now. But it's heartbreaking, and I can only pray for his family. Because you don't send your child to a school like that, with that reputation, that significance, Because you got to realize the Naval Academy has had more presidents than any educational institution in the United States.
Yeah,
Go look
yeah.
at how many presidents graduate from Naval Academy. You got a couple West Pointers up there, but majority of them came from Naval Academy on the
So,
military side.
so you know, there's two stories going around that he may have committed suicide, and they really aren't talking much about foul play. But the biggest thing now is suicide. What do you think? What's your take on that, man?
Well, why would someone who had the technical skill and the brain power to get into one of the most prestigious military institutions in the world kill himself?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of things you have to go through to get into the Naval Academy. If I remember correctly, one of our classmates went there. You got to take a PT test, which, 18, that's a joke. And then I think you need a recommendation from the mayor or the governor or somebody way up there. So you go through all those prerequisites, get there, and then kill yourself.
Yeah.
But like you said, we don't know what's going on. Like you was in the military a very long time. I've known you ran into situations where service member had killed themselves over a guy, or service member had killed themselves over a girl. So we don't know, what's really going on.
And it's funny you say that. Well, not funny, but I did, brother. I was an armor, and one of my peers was trying to reach out to me at the time. We had just came back from the field, and I had to make sure the weapons were clean. But 2 weeks later, he committed suicide. So yeah, you absolutely correct. We don't know. We don't know. But for the ones that are out there now, I guess she runs a multi-million-dollar operation. And she got called on a late meeting tonight. Hard to break away. And I did tell her. I said, I think you were afraid to come on the Legend Show.
Now she ain't gonna come back, man. Why you do that?
But this is what she told me, right? She said, I'm not afraid. I've been on the air for years, and it's in her resume, bro.
Right, because she worked at Atlantic Studios and what else was she? She had the Barrow Consulting Servicing Company. She worked at Atlantic Records. She did the satellite thing. That woman, her resume is full of a plethora of audio and studio type stuff. Yeah, she's on point.
I'm telling you. So what? Oh, she laughing at me, man. No, she in a meeting and laughing. But anyway, we may have to reschedule her. I don't know. Before we get out of here, though, we were trying to give her a few minutes. Roger, football world isn't treating the Ravens too good this year,
Sure
man.
not. I don't know if it's the football world or the Ravens themselves. Like I was telling, like when we were talking earlier, and I'm a Ravens fan, so y'all can go ahead and shoot me down. But I'm gonna ride with my boys to the end. But I do agree. The only game that we should have lost was Detroit. All the rest of them, I just don't get it. You blowing Buffalo out the whole game and losing the fourth quarter. That's crazy to me. But hey, we'll see if we can get some people back. I think we have lost our middle linebacker, Owe, forever. Because a neck injury is very hard to come back from for football. You don't want to be paralyzed. So,
absolutely.
And that's why everybody's running up the middle on us, because he's not there. And but we'll see what the guys do. They're starting to come back. We got Van Noy back, but we'll see when we get the rest of them back. And see if Lamar. I think Lamar actually got hurt doing that Buffalo game. And he didn't get a chance to heal up, but we'll see what happens.
You want to know something, Raj, man? I have never seen you guys are weak at defensive back. You just like us. Your defensive backs, man. You're just not. You can get. You're susceptible to long plays, man. Those long plays, man. That stuff just kills me. I can't stand that.
Those are safeties. Our defensive backs, they're weak because they're susceptible to short passes. And if somebody, and that's what Buffalo did. All they did was play flag football. They just kept getting the first down. Next thing you know, you're on the 5-yard line. You know what I'm saying? And they was killing us on them short passes, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Right behind the linebacker, boo.
So you know, Lamar be back. I think your big guy, Derrick Henry, he's kind of shelled a little bit from fumbling the ball 3 times this year. He never does that. It looked like he's tipped a little bit, but he's definitely not running like he normally runs. You know,
because he's concentrating on not getting that ball knocked out. Same with Flowers. Flowers fumbled twice in that last game.
Yeah. Well, you know what? She's wrapping up now. All right, I'm gonna send her a message. We can get at least 20 minutes in with her. That's cool. You know.
She might be able to make it.
Yeah.
Because what time is 8:12 now?
Again, the ones who made it, you know, we may have our guest may come on. She's wrapping up a meeting, you know. She's running a multi-million-dollar operation, so you know we can't. Oh, looks like she's here now. Who's this?
Really apologize. I'm so sorry.
Hey, you know what? You acting like your mother.
I know.
That's what you're doing.
The meeting's late. I know that's so terrible. I apologize. My 5 o'clock got moved to 7, and I found that out at like 3:30, and it's been nonstop all day. I truly apologize. Hello, Mr. Roger. It's lovely to meet you, sir. How are you?
You too. How you doing?
I'm exhausted, but thank you for asking.
I can tell. I know you busy. You
very
busy.
Nonstop.
You see how she takes charge, right? You know,
I'm with her.
She's just like your mother.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let me open this window. Okay. So I'm joining the conversation late. What are we talking about?
Okay, this is what we got.
You.
Okay, first of all, we're gonna go back in time. You're gonna let us know where you were born.
I was born at Howard University Hospital in 1979. And I was raised between Northwest Washington, D.C. and Montgomery County, Maryland.
So what are some of the things you did while growing up?
Growing up, I was a very busy child. I was in dance. I was in cheer. I was in choir. I was busy, just always doing something. Arts and crafts, equestrian camp, anything and everything. I was a busy child. Donna kept me very, very busy, so I did not get into things. So yes, busy child.
So you were a good student in the class?
Absolutely, very, very studious. Family full of educators, family full of officers and educators. So yes, very, very, very busy, very disciplined. All of those things, absolutely.
So now, what college did you go to?
I started at Frostburg State University in Frostburg, Maryland. I finished at Bowie State University.
You did, huh? Okay, so you got your 4-year degree and you have your master's degree, right?
I do. I have a 4-year degree in communication. I started at Frostburg. I started in communication. I started in computer science. I was a CS major at Frostburg. When I went to Bowie, I graduated with a degree in communications with a concentration in mass media. I then went on to a career in broadcasting. I worked at Sports Talk 980. I worked at Radio 1. I worked at XM. I interned with Voice of America. I interned with XM. Blah 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 blah. I started my career in broadcasting, I guess, at XM, and then did some talk radio with them. Went on to Radio and Records. Moved to New York. Then got into video promotions at Geffen Interscope. I left there thinking I wanted to go into talent booking, which was not my steez at all. I did that for about 30 days. It was not fun. And then I went on to Atlantic Records. where I worked in radio promotions. So I was there for a couple, 3 years. I then moved back to DC after meeting my now husband, and started working for the family business. And that is where I have been for the last 16 years. I went back to school in 2017 and got my MBA from University of Maryland.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You know, Roger, I actually sent her a message. I told her, I said, you know, I think you're afraid. You just scared. That's why you talk about being late.
I don't know how that would be. I was looking at this plethora of her being in front of the radio and everything else on her doggone resume.
Yeah, no, I was in broadcasting for a long time. Definitely not, you know, being in the camera or on there. So not in the least, but.
Well, let me welcome Silk to the show, and Roger, it's on you, brother.
Yeah. Robyn, it's nice to meet you. I was talking about you. You know, so our tech person is at Frostburg right now.
Okay.
She's working on her master's, right?
Right.
And then my sister graduated from Bowie.
Okay.
And, yeah, so we had, and then you were supposed to be smart if you was born in a collegiate hospital.
I guess.
you know, they already said, well, she gonna be smart.
She gonna do it. Okay, gotcha. Well, my mother was a Howard grad, and so was my husband. So.
There you go. See, and it's funny because now I'm telling my age that year you were born was the year I joined the Army.
Okay, thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah, Army was in the Army too. Between us, we got
what? I know it's good. Thank you for your service.
2 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I joined in '79 and came out 2009.
Wow.
But, came out of I tell people all the time. I went in a teenager, came out a grandfather. They be like, "What?"
Wow.
They say you can't stay in the military that long, man. You lying? No, yes you can.
Yes, you can.
You had grandkids early. Yeah, grandkids early.
Get started.
Yeah, you made me a young grandfather.
Oh my God!
You every time I see you, I tell you. Of course, I love my grandbaby. He's 23 now, but you know, yeah. So when you were coming up, you know, as a teenager, was it in your plans to take over the family business, or because I saw you, you know, you went, you know, I saw where you had audio engineering on the moon. You was talent booking in Hawaii. You know, you all over. You know, so
no, I never wanted to take over my mother's business. Actually,
all right, don't get too loud. Mama might be looking. She joking, mom. Mom, that's a joke.
That's not a secret. That's not a secret.
You already know.
No, I didn't. I never wanted to take over her business. Which is why I went into broadcasting. I went a whole different direction, and I was very clear about that. I was a CS major because that's what she thought I should do. She's like, "Oh, computer, that makes sense." And I really hated coding. It was awful. I liked the results, but I hated actually coding. My cousin used to do all my coding homework. We were both at Frostburg together, and she would do all my coding homework. I hated it so much. And then I realized that I was much more eloquent than I was at coding. I could speak much better than I could code. And so broadcasting was really kind of made a lot more sense, or at least communications. And so I set out to go into radio. I never wanted to do TV. My cousin kind of went that way, and I was like, that's not really my jam. I don't want to comb my hair every day. Radio was really what I really enjoyed doing. And so, I started in radio. I really enjoyed it. I did a lot of things. I really had traveled the world. I interviewed everybody you could, think of. It was a blast. It was a lot. It was a great experience. And then, I really wanted to move to New York because, I don't know why. I was in my 20s. Let's do it. So I moved to New York, and, I started in records, and that was interesting at the beginning. And then I kind of found, my sea legs. And then I met this man. I'm like, oh, okay, I got to go back to DC. So I came back to DC to help my mother. My grandfather was ailing. My grandfather actually passed away 5 days after I moved home.
Oh,
I
sorry.
moved home. I moved home on. He was 96 years old. He lived a very long life. He was a wonderful, wonderful person. I moved home on my mother's birthday, which is October 3rd. He passed away October 8th. So just 5 days later. And I came to work for her, that next week. And it was really just to help. She needed an office manager, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go. And I said I'm gonna stay for a little while. And then I was like, am I gonna go back into radio? Like, I talked about it. I, kind of went back and forth, and I was like, I can't really eat every day off radio. Like, that's not really. I'm grown now. I'm getting into my 30s. Like, I really need a little bit more of a solid career. And I also told Donna, like, I'm not going to go back to school to be your assistant. So, like, what are we gonna do? And so, it looked like we needed an HR department. We were kind of moving into this medical staffing, and we really needed some support there. And again, kind of looking at my skill set with communications and being able to speak well to people and to kind of coerce, or just, talk to people and, have a conversation and talk about our company and talk about what we've done and get people to come to work for us. It just kind of was a natural flow. I flowed into our HR department, which I kind of just developed. And then we needed an HR department. Our company grew. And I became our HR director. And then we got this huge contract with DHA in 2018. And then we're the largest we've ever been now. With over 200 employees. And she just had a big birthday. She's not getting any younger. And I haven't left. So, we just kind of flowed into, I guess you should be the president now. We toyed with selling the business for a while. And we said, well, we might as well just keep it. And, so I got named president. I was named president earlier this year, I guess. So thank you. It just kind of flowed into, it kind of happened organically. So no, I never really wanted to take over the business. It just kind of happened organically. I stood in the gap for a long time and just kind of got here. Yeah.
So that's where you get the name of the company, Destiny, because it was your destiny to end up there. Is that how it worked? And I agree with you, man. So when the not combing the hair thing, I'm right with you. I'm right with you on that.
I don't know why she named the company Destiny. She named it. I don't know why she named it Destiny. She named. I was a junior in high school when she started the company in 1996. Her partner at the time, her last name was Dest, D-E-S-T. And I think the initials, and her name is Donna Mitchell, and DM and DMS, and I think it was a play on the initials and something, and they got to Destiny. I don't know how she got there, but yeah, it was kind of play on the initials and such. So, and then Destiny made sense to her, and she's ethereal and her Libra self, and got there. So yeah, I guess. I guess I'm Destiny's child, if you will, if that gels for you. So yeah, maybe.
Well, it all worked out though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn you back over to Armin because he's biting at the bits.
Okay.
So you have about 21 areas of expertise.
Okay, yeah, do I? Is that right?
I counted 40. Let me count
40. So I'm short.
Oh dear. Okay.
So
if you insist.
Huh?
If you insist.
Which area of expertise, even though you're doing what you're doing now, and I commend you for doing it, so you got some big shoes to fill.
Fair.
Yeah. Which area do you prefer the most?
Honestly, what I love about what I've done the most with Destiny is I've changed some people's lives. I've called some people, I've given them jobs. We staff military facilities, the work that we have done for the Air Force, for the Navy, for the Marines. I really, really love the service that we have given to MTFs, to active duty service members, and I love changing people's lives. There are a couple people that I can call by name right now, that I've given jobs, that still to this day call me and say, you know, you did this, you allowed me to buy a house, you allowed me to do this for my kid in their senior year. There are people who I know I have given an opportunity to, and they are ever grateful for. And I love that. That's probably what I'm most proud of in my career. It's even over the years, over my broadcast years as well. That's probably the thing that I'm most proud of, and that I most enjoy doing, is calling someone. And every now and then I'll still jump back in and look at some resumes and call up some people, and jump back in and say, hey, are you doing well? I'll check in on an employee. I'll move an employee from another place and still check back in on them. I still have text messages from old employees. They still call me. I still connect very much with our employees. That's what I enjoy most, I think.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Destiny Management was formed or started in 1996. Is that correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, with you taking over, where do you see Destiny Management in the next 10 years?
So our legacy contract just started, and it's a 10-year contract. so our legacy contract with DHA just started, just came online in the last like 8 weeks actually. We're a sub this go round, which is different, but that's okay. We're a really strong sub, and we have good primes. So the next 10 years, we're doing a lot of the same. These are larger contracts. They're also bringing in clinical positions. And so the next 10 years, we're doing very much of the same. We're staffing MTFs with nurses, docs, and support staff. We are looking to expand into some other places. We're bringing on possibly an 8A wing, as well as doing some IT work and possibly some construction. And those are just places I'm expanding. We have a DC CVE company. So yeah, we're just kind of just mixing and matching wherever, there are opportunities. But a lot of the same, a lot of clinical and support staff to MTF, just continuing to support active duty service members and their families.
So what is it? I'm going to ask you this question and pass it over to Rasha now. Now, what is a normal workday like for ROBYN?
I don't have normal work days. My work day starts around 6:30. I'm usually up in the gym.
Oh, ROBYN, just real quick, I want you to stop right there. I'm getting ready to fire a shot. Your work day works when? It starts when?
Usually around 6.
6. Now, the former president work day would start around 10 or 11.
10, 11. Yes, that's absolutely, yes. Now, my work day also ends around 7:15, though. Like, I'm also not an evening person. If my bedtime was about 25 minutes ago. I'm also an early bed, though. So yeah, my work day usually starts around 5:55, 6 a.m. I start getting emails, text messages, etc. I'm not call outs, blah blah blah, all kinds of things. Usually in the gym, kind of taking text messages, calls. I work from home most days. It's just easier because the flood of things come in, and I just kind of sit here and get her done. I'm in the office on Tuesdays. Those are my heavy meeting days. Meet with staff, one-on-ones with my staff. Taking meetings, phone calls. I don't have a typical day. I just have days that run together. They're most days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of run together. Oftentimes Thursday, I mistake for Wednesday. I lose those 2 days. Wednesday and Thursdays usually I forget which day it is, usually those days. So yeah, typical days don't really happen. It's just kind of, they all flow together.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Always running, always looking for, always trying to figure out what the next fire is to put out.
Well, you know, you got. I'm looking for a job, so you know, you have to think about me.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
what?
Fair enough. Resource management, right?
Logistics.
Logistics. Okay.
Logistics. See that? We're gonna get a contract. We're gonna steal the contract at Fort Lee. You want to do that?
Okay. Fort Lee. Fort Lee. Okay. All right. Cool. Say less. Let me write that down. Say less. You can find a contract. I will absolutely put you on it. Fort Lee. Fort Lee. Say
Yeah.
less.
Right.
Well, I ain't doing no work. I'm retired. So, I'm retired. It took a long time to get here. 30 years. Jumping out of planes and all that other stuff. No.
Wow.
Anyway, so I noticed you said the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines. We ain't doing nothing for the Army. What's going on? You know,
I'm sorry, in the
what
Army. I did forget
Oh,
the
okay.
Army.
Let
Yes,
me
yes,
scratch
yes.
it off my notes then.
Yes,
I wrote that down. The
Yes,
first thing.
and the Army, yes. I've staffed Walter Reed since we staffed Walter Reed since 06.
That's a long time.
Yeah, we staffed Walter Reed since like 06. We staffed Walter Reed for a long time. Yeah, we staffed the old Walter Reed, and we currently staff Walter Reed. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so y'all moved with Walter Reed?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the old Walter Reed is down the street from the old soldiers.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
The other one is over at the Navy.
I think we staffed Walter Reed since 06. I think 06.
Because I spent a lot of time at the new Walter Reed because I'm all broke up.
Because you all okay, well, I'm sure you've run across a couple of my medical office clerks there. Mm-hmm.
Probably did. You know, I'm all broke up. I had surgery up there. You go up to Walter Reed too much when you know how to get from one part of that hospital to the other.
Oh,
wow, they doing construction.
You go way too often. You do, because I know how to get certain places. I can get the records. I can get to BMET shop. I can get to outpatient records. I can't get to inpatient records.
Yeah, because you're going from Arrowhead to the other one.
Oof.
And since they had that little tunnel, since they're working on it, you got to walk outside. You know
that tunnel, the Underground Railroad. I can't. I can't.
They got the little signs up there saying Arrowhead, this building, that, and other. But if you get in the tunnel, it breaks off. And if you go to the wrong one,
it's terrible.
You need to be in another building. You all the way over there.
You just wrong. You just wrong.
Yes,
I know how to get. I know how to get to NICO. I know how to get to BMS shop. I know how to get to outpatient records, and I know how to get to. No, that's about it. That's it.
Yeah. There's a lot more you missing because first thing I learned how to get to was the mess hall.
Oh yeah, I'm not eating there. No.
I go where I was there. So what was it like working for Atlanta Records? What was that like?
Atlantic was interesting. Funny you should bring up Atlantic. So I was at Atlantic in the bad boy days, unfortunately. Atlantic was interesting. Bad Boy was one of our main clients at the time. So I had meetings with that entire staff, including Mr. Combs, during the heyday where Cassie was our artist, etc. So a lot of that was happening. Everyone was aware, and I'll leave it there.
Let's.
Well, we'll just leave it there. Right. So yeah, Atlantic was. I mean, it was the hay. It was Ti. It was Little Kim. It was So when I worked at Atlantic, I was in records, but I was kind of the resident nerd, if you will. My job was to monitor and report on all of the record stats. So BDS and Mediabase are the companies that report and monitor on every radio station playing all of your records. So if a radio is spun more than 32 seconds, then that's a spin. And so my job in the morning was to pull all the numbers down, calculate them, and spit out the stats and report them to the president of the company and on down. Julie Greenwald, Craig, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't really I was less involved with artists at the time there. I was more involved with artists at GIF and Interscope. Really more involved with kind of numbers in that space. I did do some artist interaction, but more really just kind of numbers. I was a nerd. So yeah.
Yeah, so you said pretty much it was what it was.
Yeah, it was what it was. Yeah. So Danny Kane, 26, T.I., Little Kim. I'm trying to think who else was our artist at the time.
And you?
Can't remember. Janelle Monáe. There was that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a lot.
Yeah,
so the radio was better when you was at the satellite radio?
I really enjoyed XM. So the way I found out about XM, I was actually an intern at the FCC under Chairman Michael Powell, Colin Powell's son. Great guy, wonderful guy. And these two guys came in talking about this satellite radio thing, and I was like, this sounds so cool. And I think I want to work there. And they had this little one-page website that I went to. And there was this blinking thing that said sign up for internship. And I was like the first person that went to this website to be their intern. They had a little office over on D Street. They hadn't moved into Eckington at all. It took them like 3 months to get back to me. And then when they moved into Eckington, I came over to be an intern. And then there was a class of interns that they hired. And they hired us on. I was working at Fannie Mae full time at the time. I quit Fannie Mae making a lot of money as a 21-year-old computer science nerd at Fannie. I was making a lot of money, living at home with my mama, and I really wanted to go into radio. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this enormous pay cut, like a $30,000 pay cut, to go work for XM because that is what I wanted to do. And so I went to work for XM, and it was wonderful. So yeah, I really enjoyed broadcast. That was really where I wanted to be.
Well, that's great. And you know, when you write your book, it's gonna be a good read.
When I write my book,
it's gonna be a good read when you sit down and once the train slow down a little bit, because you're not on the regular train that we travel in the States. You on that bullet train. That's what you want. You flying way past us. I'm going and you are booking. I'm gonna turn you around.
Yeah. You know, not just Atlantic Records, but you did some work with TV One, right?
Radio One. So when XM first launched, they had contracted their urban stations to Radio One. And so the city, which is now I think the Heat on Sirius XM, I was the music director for that station. Worked with B. Bryan, who's down in Birmingham right now, I think. So yeah, they had contracted their urban stations out, and so I worked with them there.
Wow. So let's shift a little bit and just talk a little bit about the Edith P. Wright Breast Cancer Foundation. What is that?
Oh wait. So Edith P. Wright was a woman who passed away very early. Her children founded this foundation in honor of her. She passed away. She was like 39.
I'm gonna cook some spaghetti when I get off the line.
And she
cook some spaghetti when I get off.
In honor of her, annually they provide. Monthly, sorry, they provide mammograms at Howard University Hospital. They do cleaning services for their for survivors. They do kind of one-on-one services or clinical. What are they called? Direct services to survivors. They do a annual honor service for an award service for survivors. They really do a lot of good work on the ground for breast cancer survivors, both men and women. So yeah, I've worked with them for a long time. Actually, our contracts manager is one of the daughters that founded that foundation, Wendy Wright, and I think actually all of their family at some point has worked for us. Stan Wright was one of our contractors who worked on a project with us, and then I believe the other daughter, Marion Wright, who is the songstress, the songbird, who does the award ceremony, has also worked for us. Well, wonderful family. We've known them for a very long time, and they do amazing work in the community. So Edith P. Wright was their mom, and really that someone they revered for sure.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
They
so
do a
now,
lot of work.
what we're gonna do now, Robin, is this, man. How long have you been married?
14 years.
Any children?
No,
Your husband, is he around?
he just shut the door. Yes, apparently I'm talking to him.
You shut the door.
You
Yes.
don't want to hear that noise, man.
It's past our bedtime, so yes.
Well, he escaped, because what normally takes place is a little fun time. We play the newlywed game.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, he's not gonna come in and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right.
You already know he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no,
The door might be locked now.
yeah, but- no, sorry.
You probably heard him got up. No, I ain't doing that. Click.
Yeah, right. Sorry. He didn't shut the door. I'm talking too loud. Yes.
Hey, but we're gonna let you get out of here so you can go to bed. Do what you
I
gotta do.
appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. This was an honor. I really appreciate you all letting me talk to you.
But we want you to leave the last word, something encouraging. You've done great things. You've taken over a
No
business.
pressure.
You've taken over a business that really you could have been doing something else in your career field.
Mm.
All right. So leave an encouraging word, something that you want to leave for the people that's encouraging on how they can be a successful entrepreneur just as yourself.
Oof.
Hey, Robin,
Um,
before you start, one
No
of our
question.
high school classmates said, your husband's running. He got
Yes.
the running thing on.
Absolutely.
Lenny Knight. He said he running.
Absolutely. 100%. So as in, my mother is really the entrepreneur. I don't know if I can claim that title just yet. I am, like you said, I have very large shoes to fill between both her and my business partner, Mr. Coleman. So I will say that oftentimes your path has kind of been let for you. And I think if you organically follow it, if you really just kind of release and let what should happen for you happen, then you'll be in the right place. I think that's probably the best advice that I can give. You just kind of allow where you should go to go. Don't fight the flow. Just kind of allow it to happen. You'll end up in the right space.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Roger, you have anything for Robin?
I mean, how you gonna follow behind that? I know you were slick with it.
That's
You were
why-
slick
yeah.
with it. You said that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Roger, you got something to say? I saw it. Robin, we always like this. We've been friends since the 3rd grade.
Oh, I love that. That's
We've
great.
been friends since the 3rd grade.
That's awesome.
That's my boy, though. I give him my last breath if he needed. But he did
Wonderful.
from money.
And he did.
No, I had nothing to say. Thank you, everybody, for
Wonderful.
looking
Thank
at
you
us.
all.
And then we got this young lady. I think she's 22, 23, and done all these
Bless your heart.
things, and you people out there that's listening, she gave you the key. She gave you the key by following that path. Yeah, I'll piggyback on that answer about it.
You did. She did. Hey, look, hey, Robin, thanks again for coming on.
So I apologize. I was late. I truly apologize
no,
about that. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Take care.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We're gonna have to have you on again.
Okay,
Whenever
sure.
that bullet train stops.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You guys take care. Thank you. Good night.
You too. Good night.
And everybody out there, see you next week for another show. Peace.
Peace, family.